Hey, you almost got yourself shut. Get on back here, son. I got stuff to tell you. I want you to see what we've been doing down here, son, because I think you're going to find it real interesting. Come here and take a look. Look at that. Cave system keeps on going back. And we found a new set of caves in here, too. See that? Not too shabby, huh? And we're finding plenty of targets. Look at this. Hold on, let me take this off so you can hear me. Well, first of all, I got a whole bunch of stuff to cover, and I want to show you where the targets are coming at. So we're gonna dig them all out so we can give them away at the end of the month. That's right. So what are we finding down here? We got this interesting layer of gravels here. It's got red oxides in it, and it's got large river rock in there too, like this one. And you can see another one right here. I got a clay zone right here, and that's where those gypsum crystals are precipitating out. They're called floater crystals. Now, I couldn't fit down in that cave system, son, because I'm too big, that's why. So what did? We just blew out this whole wall, and we took the top layer of the cave off so we could get in there further. And it seems to be getting bigger in there. So I just might be able to squeeze my big head in there, you know what I'm saying? Look at that. Isn't that nice? And there's a whole bunch of other caves in there, too. There's one in there. Keep going back. Got a little cave system in there. And then you can see the round river rock right here. See that? It's all embedded in there. That's just about big enough for me to stick my big head in there. And you can see these side feeders right here to come into it. It's really interesting. And I want to see where this thing goes. And yeah, I'm still hearing noises down there, and I don't know where they're coming from. So we're going to find out where that's coming from. Now, I got a whole bunch of stuff to cover today, so hold on, Sonny Jim, and you're going to really like this. But before I do, that's right. I got a whole long list of premium patrons that I'm going to give a shout out. So you just hold on to your britches, Sonny Jim, because I couldn't do none of this without them. That's the truth. Gold mine and make an old man out of you, son. All right, let's get on with it, shall we? Because I got a whole bunch of stuff to tell you today. First off, I got Lee Gordon, Dan Guest, Douglas Charles Jones, Stephen Brown, like George Brown, John Felipe, Dan Ward, Robert Somerville, William Fitzgerald, Frank Pope, hey Frank, Alan Jones, Chad Street, Stephen Burley, David Hibbard, Richie Anderson, another Anderson. Oh, and I'm gonna enjoy watching you find gold, Mr. Anderson. James Darden, Tom Lyons, you're not lying, are you? David Maddox, Mike Ashford, Greg Kay, Brandon Bryant, James Dunn, Vicky L. Sather, gosh, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Vicky. Stephen Buckshot Dowdy, Jay Buss, Fred M. Abel III, Michael Lopez, Eric Smith, a Smith and an Anderson. My name is Neo. Wade Cleasy, Rigo Berto, Manto, Yamadina, Funky Cole Medina, Gregory Singleton, Michael Sheedy, I said Sheedy, David Hawk, James Julian, Robert Lang, Joshua Vaught, Andrew Fry, Dana Coleman, Ken Eckstein, Mike O'Hara, Mark Hurley, William Rogers. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that goes way back there. And Horatio Wick. Me and Slim just want to give y'all a big cowboy yeehaw and shout out for helping us keep the dream alive. Because we couldn't do this without you. And that's the truth. So you ready? Maestro, a little music, please. Ready? Ooh, I like that one. Here we go. Woo, I love doing that. But I don't think the worm people that live back in that cave like that too much. All right, now I got a whole bunch of stuff to cover, so you better put your thinking cap on. All right, now I've had a lot of requests out there for people who want to see me timber a shaft. And what does that mean? What does that entail? Well, it means from start to finish. So what we're gonna do? Well, just like I told you, we're gonna pick a piece of ground, and I'm gonna start from the very beginning, and I'm gonna show you how to timber a shaft, son. That way you can do it yourself. But you better pay attention. Now we're gonna make that our next video. So you better hold tight, son of Jim. All right, now for all you folks living out in California, if you haven't heard of the blue lead or the deep blue lead, I suggest you look it up, son of Jim. It's part of the tertiary channels that run underneath all those lava caps. A lot of those rivers are being fed yearly by those tertiary channels. Now, if you remember my last video, I didn't say much, and there's a reason behind that, because I had a whole bunch of people watching me, and I know as soon as I open my mouth, they're going to come running over. But that is an old tertiary channel that's sticking out from underneath the lava cap. And that's very important. Why? Because that's the source of the gold that's feeding Mineral Bar. And ain't a lot of people going to tell you that. But I'll tell you that because I want to see you get the shiny. Now, most of you already know this, but for the rest of you that don't, we just acquired a new RP4 shaker table. That's right, son of Jim, because I think it's important for the small-scale miner to know how to set one up and run it properly. Because if you're going to be doing load mining, that's the most efficient way to get that fine gold. I get a lot of people asking me, Jeff, what's the best metal detector to have? Ooh, that's a good question. All right, now this could turn into a long explanation, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Now, if you're just starting out, I recommend a VLF machine. Why? Well, why would you want to dump all that money into a PI machine and it just sit in the closet, son? All right, so get yourself a good VLF. And what's a good VLF? Well, I like White's GMT, MineLab 1000, the Monster 1000. Of course, you know I'm partial to the Fisher Goldbug 2. Then there's the AT Pro, and they all work really well. Each one has its own place. So I would start off with a VLF. If you like it and you get good at it, then you can move up to a PI machine. PI machines are much more stable in hot ground, and they can go deeper. They use a different technology, son. Now, of course, one of the easiest PI machines I've ever used is what? The Garrett ATX. That's right. Deep Secret Package. That's one of the ones we give away. And what's the other one? Well, of course, it's a MineLab. MineLab is synonymous with deep-seeking machines. The GPX series is fantastic. And now, of course, you got the GPZ. And, of course, you have an STC 2300. All right, now here's something that a lot of people don't talk about. And what's that? Using a black light. Now, the black lights won't show you the gold, but it'll show you the indicator minerals, like calcite, that'll help you find the gold. And if you get one, make sure it's a short wave, not a long wave. And what are the indicator minerals? Well, you got calcite and fluorite, which is a good indicator for gold. You got oranges, you got reds, which tell you what? Lead and manganese, which is important too. Found a lot of gold associated with barite crystals. Calcite, that's another one. Calcite usually replaces quartz, and it's a good indicator for gold, especially in your epithermal deposits. Scheelite, that's another good indicator. It doesn't mean that there's gonna be gold there, but it's a good indicator. Now, I'm gonna leave a link to a book down below called 3 Hours to Gold from Southern California. It's a really good book, and I think you should read it. And I want you to read it real good like. There's a website called Roadside Geology. I'm going to leave a link down below. And what it's going to do is it's going to help you understand the rocks that are in your area. Because you're going to need to identify the certain types of rocks because it's going to give you clues as to where gold deposition might be. Like in Arizona, you got what? Porphyry deposits. You got iron oxide copper gold deposits. And in California, what? Mesothermal. That's right. You also get greenstone hosted deposits. Each one of those deposits has its own signature and its own type of indicator that's going to help you find out where that gold is hiding. And that's why I say it's important to understand the geology of the area. I'm going to leave another link to a book I think you should read. It's by Jim Strait. Now, if you don't know who Jim Strait is, son, you need to go back to school. He basically wrote the book on how to metal detect, and he's got a book out there that I just love. What's it called? It's called Advanced Prospecting and Detecting for Hard Rock Gold, son. That's what it's called. Now, this book is going to cover a lot of information, and it's stuff you need to know if you're going to be out in the field. And it talks heavily about Gaussons. Now, a lot of people don't talk about Gaussons, iron hat. Gold wears an iron hat. And it talks about supergene gold, too. It's very important because I found some of my richest deposits from supergene, which is secondary enrichment. Very important. All right, now another thing I need to cover is I see a lot of guys out in the field and they're doing metal detecting and they lose their spoons. Why? Because they can't see them. They're green and they match vegetation. Well, look at this. That's right. It's an orange spoon, son. That's what it is. And if you look carefully, you're going to see what? That's right. You're going to see a whole bunch of skulls on it. It's Slim's family, son. Now, these spoons are all custom painted, and the handles are dipped in rubber. Ooh, I'll tell you what, these are fantastic spoons. And you're probably wondering, Jeff, where did you get that spoon? I got these spoons from Gary Bass. He's a good friend of mine, and he does spoons and he does classifiers. And that's really important. Why? So you don't lose them, that's why. And that's why they don't go walking off either when somebody comes around. Now, as you can see, I can almost fit all the way into this cave system. And that's right, as soon as I can, I'll be filming that too, because I'm real curious. And yeah, I keep hearing sounds come out of there, driving me crazy down here. And then I'll find out how far down it goes. Ooh, I hope I need to rappel, and I hope I hear the sound of ocean waves. That's right, the river of gold, son of Jim. Who's crazy now? And yeah, I need to start shoring this up. It's got me a little bit nervous down here. Now for you premium patrons out there, we're gonna be having another 10-bag giveaway at the end of the month. I'm gonna be digging these targets out. And if there's not enough targets, then we'll do a bulk sample like we did last time. And yeah, we're gonna be giving away one of these PI machines too. You have your choice of the Garrett ATX or a GPX 4500. Now for those of you out there that don't know what the heck I'm talking about, I'll go over it again, just in case you missed that day in class, son. Every month, I like to give away metal detectors to all my premium patrons. Why? Because they help me keep the dream alive. Couldn't do any of this without them. That's why, son. And if that sounds like something you'd like to do, all you gotta do is look for the icon that looks like... Yeah! Like that, son. Just click on it. Make a $10 pledge and you're in like Flynn, son. All right, son of Jim, I'm gonna get on out of here. Why? Because I got a whole bunch of cave to explore, that's why. So until next time, this is Jeff Williams with SheffWilliams.com. Saying you want that shiny bad, you better get it now, not later. Keep a positive mind, son, and don't ever be a hater. Take care, everybody.